Hi, my name is David P. Shapiro. I'm the owner and managing partner of the law office of David P. Shapiro, located in San Diego, California, where my firm helps good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. In this video, I want to discuss the topic of that not all law firms, certainly not all criminal defense law firms in San Diego, are created equal. In fact, it's quite the contrary. So in this video, I want to go through some things you want to be looking at if you or a loved one are facing criminal charges in San Diego when you're making this decision. Many of you for the first time about what criminal defense firm should I hire? Why is one firm better than another? And what are some things I should be looking for to help me in that decision? So the first thing you want to look at is, are you hiring a solo practitioner or are you hiring a criminal defense firm? Well, that matters, right? Because a solo practitioner, problems that they will face is how are they helping their clients when they're in court on another case, right? So, as an experienced, as a busy criminal defense attorney, you certainly have more than one case. You have many cases at times. And there are some days, admittedly, when you're in court the better part of that day or you're in meetings the better part of that day. So what happens to your other clients if something were to come up? What is your availability? And more importantly, what is your firm's availability for new cases that may come in? The benefit of a firm is that you have a team of lawyers, a team of assistants helping each other best serve the clients, best serve the community to ensure that the best results possible are attained day in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. So in addition to wanting to hire a firm, the second sort of layer behind that is you want to hire a firm with a legitimate and a proven and a reputable track record, right? Because, I don't want this video to be taken as, well, you just hire a practitioner. There are some solo lawyers that are fantastic lawyers. The issue is, are they able to help their clients or serve their clients' needs day in, day out if they don't have that team around them? I could say as a former solo practitioner myself, when I started my firm in 2010 through about 2017, 2018, when we started really adding to this team, I was a good lawyer. I handled my cases well. I served my clients well. My firm handled the cases well and got some really great outcomes for our clients. But the ability and the potential that we have as a firm of 5 attorneys, of multiple assistants, moving forward as we continue to grow, it's night and day. It's absolute night and day. Different people, different backgrounds, different impressions, different levels of experience, different places of experience, all coming together, obviously, to serve our clients' best interest. So you want to make sure the firm you're hiring, okay, if you're like, okay, I definitely want a law firm, you want to make sure that the firm you're hiring, one is who comprises that firm, right? What is that firm made up as? Is it one person or is it, a group of people that you know who they are, you're able to learn about them, they're out there in the public, they're out there on the website, they're out there on social media, they're out there as it relates to legal websites. So it's not an unknown, right? Oh, I hired this firm and, I don't even know who my lawyer is. They're nowhere to be found on a website. They're nowhere to be found in their track record and nothing's really verifiable. I don't know who they are, right? Well, you don't want that. And that's the downside sometimes of firms, because you could say, oh yeah, we have this firm, but the reality is the website's all about one person. And there's really nothing backing up or supporting the rest of that team. And that's problematic as well. And what you also want to look at and make sure that the law firm is not just a bunch of people just to say, we have the largest criminal defense firm in San Diego, or we have the 4th largest criminal defense firm in San Diego. That doesn't matter if the firm is not deep, if it doesn't have depth from top to bottom. What I mean by that is there are some smaller law firms of 2, 3 attorneys in this county that have some of the best lawyers around. But, then after you get to 2, it's a big drop off to the 3rd attorney, or it's a big drop off after the 1st attorney, right? So you're like, hey, that's awesome if I get that lawyer, but if I get anyone else, I really don't know who they are. They're really not that experienced. They're really not that good. Okay, so that's something you want to keep in mind. Where's the drop off, if any, right? Do you have a firm that's 4, 5, 6 attorneys deep, or do you have an attorney that may have 6 attorneys that are, there, but really there's only 2 or 3 that are reputable, highly experienced, top of the line criminal defense attorneys. And then you're playing the numbers game, right? Oh, I hope I get someone good. Well, that's not being proactive. That's sort of hoping, right? Hoping is not really a strategy. unless you want to take control out of your situation, right? Because that is a reason why some people may choose to hire a private criminal defense firm when facing charges and not roll the dice with an attorney from the public defender's office. Because whereas there are numerous fantastic, brilliant lawyers at the public defender's office here in San Diego, you don't know if you're going to get those. You may get someone who's not nearly as brilliant, not nearly as experienced, not nearly as a high quality attorney, not nearly as personable or as caring as some other people they may have in that office, right? So then what are you doing? You're saying, hey, I'm going to pay all this money and I'm still sort of, I really don't know anything about this firm. Not a good strategy. Okay, so you want to do as well. And another thing, and the last thing for purpose of this video, you want to look at and not get so caught up in by works of numbers, quantity of years of experience. You want to look at quality of experience. Okay, because there are some firms and they have their cute little tickers on the side. We have 7 million years of experience. Wait, we have 8 million and 10 minutes just passed by. Or we've done, 4,500 cases. No, we've done 4,600 cases. And you come back 3 days later, they've done 4,700 cases, right? Or we've gotten this many acquittals, and it's like, it's like the national debt in Midtown Manhattan. It just keeps, the number keeps adding. That's ridiculous, first of all, okay? Second of all, it's taking away from the most important thing, which is the quality of experience, right? So are you being represented by someone who's got over a decade at an office like the San Diego Public Defender's Office? High volume, high quality results. Tens of acquittals at trials. 50, 60 trials under their belt. Or an attorney that's 15, 16 years in and is one of the more well-known criminal defense attorneys in San Diego, both inside and outside the courtroom. You're being represented by one of the smartest legal minds and one of the more analytical thinkers. Are you being represented by someone who's worked with some of the best criminal defense attorneys before coming to this firm and is now hailed in her own regard as one of the best and brightest younger criminal defense attorneys? Right? Or are you going with the firm that says we have 60 years of experience and that's what they're going to hang their hat on? But those 60 years of experience might not be in criminal law. Those 60 years of experience may be in criminal law, maybe not in San Diego. Those 60 years of criminal experience may be in San Diego criminal law, but it may be bad experience. It may be embarrassing experience. It may be poor results and poor representation experience. Well, what does that accomplish? Nothing for nobody. Right? So you want to be careful about years of experience as this big at the forefront of a law firm's marketing. If there's not the depth, if there's not the quality, if there's not the substance behind it. Not all criminal defense law firms are created equal. Few are. In fact, there's a wide disparity between them. And, what we tell our clients, me particularly, is that, don't think that just because a firm is a private criminal defense firm, they're going to be better than what you may have for free. Because the public defender's office is usually a pretty decent option, if not a good option, to hire the right criminal defense firm with the right experience, with the right ability, with the right understanding of the judicial system here in San Diego. Make sure you don't make that mistake. Make sure you remember not all criminal defense firms are created equal when you're talking about weeding out the good from the bad, when you're talking about making a decision about the more expensive firms versus the less expensive firms and why that should be on this video or not at the forefront of that law firm. If it's not readily available, you're making the right choice at the right time for your case. So if you have any questions about this video, anything you should be thinking about when determining whether to hire a criminal defense law firm for you or a case of a loved one, whether it involves my firm or not, we're more than happy to help you out. 295-3555. Again, David Shapiro, San Diego criminal lawyer.